Alright, Janelle, so I have looked over your problem. I think I can help you with it. I might do the conversions a little bit differently than you've seen, but I'm going to try and show you how I like to do these. This is a really common problem in beginning chemistry classes because they like to trip you up with converting something cubed to something that's not cubed, or vice versa. And that can be really confusing. It often leads to the wrong answer, and I'll show you why in a minute. But so the problem asks you want 80 liters of water in a tank, and what is the minimum side length in meters that you need? And I hope you can read this. It looks really small on my tiny iPad, but I'm going to try and write big. I don't have a whole lot of board space. So the first thing you need to do for this problem is figure out what's the relationship of meters to liters. And that relationship is usually found in, this is really kind of awkward, so if I pause and act all weird, I'm in a library room with people all over outside there, and I'm standing here talking to my iPad that's propped on a trash can that's on a bunch of books. So, it's funny. Anyway, so the relationship that you have is 1 milliliter is equal to 1 cubic centimeter. So this is the relationship you're going to have to use to get it to meters. Now, so what we're going to do first of all is we're going to take this 80 liters, we want to get it to milliliters so that we can start working with it. So I always like to put how many of something before I do an equation. So how many milliliters is equal to 80 liters? This helps me kind of keep track where the units are going to go. And then instead of doing brackets like this, I like doing lines. So I do a line like that. Now the next thing you need to do is cancel out the liters to make milliliters. And in 1 liter, there's 1,000 milliliters. So, oh, this is 100. So in 1 liter, there's 1,000 milliliters, which means we're talking about an 80,000 milliliter tank. And you can also just keep going from the conversion from this to centimeters cubed and get nice round numbers. But I'm going to do it in steps just so you can see it. So you got milliliters here. Now you convert it. We're going to go from here. We're going to go to meters because we have this relationship. So again, I'm going to write my units right here. I keep walking off the sides because of where my iPad is. But we have how many meters. And let's actually go to the volume. How many meters cubed equals 80,000 milliliters. Now, from there, you just take it, it's a 1-to-1, so 1 milliliter equals 1 cubic centimeter. So that cancels that out. Again, I forgot to do this, but you usually want to cancel, so you're just left with the units you want. So now you have cubic centimeters, and this is why this problem is designed, is people don't know what to do with this. You're trying to get this to cubic meters. And so what people often do is they take this and they go, okay, well 1 centimeter, actually we'll do it the other way because we've got to cancel that. 1 meter has 100 centimeters in it. This is true. And this is where people go wrong. Because if you notice, this says just centimeters. This says centimeters cubed. So if you just go straight from here to here, what you're really doing is you're crossing out one of those, and you forgot to get rid of that. That's still squared. So there's 2 different ways to do this. First of all, this is the way I prefer to do it. I do it again. I go, okay, another meter, because now we're up to, if you times those, you got meters squared. Another meter is also equal to 100 centimeters. And then finally, and that changes this to 1, you still have 1 centimeter here. So you have to do it one more time. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. And this is, I like to do this because it keeps track of where all of this went. It's kind of weird, it looks a lot longer. I've been doing this ever since I got into college. I don't get these wrong. And so now, all you do is you plug that into your calculator, and I actually did it earlier so you don't have to watch me play with my calculator. You get 0.08 meters, there's 3 of them, cubed. Now the way that everyone likes to do this, because it's a lot easier, is in this step. I'm going to go ahead and erase this. In this step, you can just do, you have 1 cubic centimeter. Well, one cubic meter is equal to 100 cubed cubic centimeters. Since this is cubed, this number also has to be cubed. And this is where I get confused. The first time I took chemistry, I couldn't figure this out, which is why I went to that longer way. It made more sense to me. So you can just cube everything, and when you divide all this out, you still get the same answer. You get 0.08 meters cubed. Now, the problem also asks you need to find the size. This right now is a volume. And in the problem, they say it's equal to V. And what they gave you was volume equals the sides cubed. And then if you rearrange that, the sides equals the cubed root of the volume. So now if you take the cube root of this, so let's do it right here, cube root of 0.08 meters cubed, that cancels out this, and you're left with just meters. And you can take that, plug it into a calculator. Oh, that's my phone, my calculator's right here. I didn't do this one beforehand. Actually, I did it once, and it was just to check and see if I'm thinking right. But you get, they said it was to the 3rd decimal place, 0.431 meters per side. So that is your answer right there. And I believe that was all the problem asked for. This is the explanation of how you get there.